Would I actually upload that part today? Oh yeah, I did. Well, today we're actually going to be doing... Actually, today, instead of just covering like a bunch of different characters, we're going to only be covering one character. And that character is the newly released Sub-Zero. In fact, let me see if I can get him. Here he is. I got him up to level 7 currently, and that was just by doing a bunch of stuff. And here's the only thing that annoys me. The alternate is supposed to select with his multiverse and battle simulator ending, whatever it's called. Whatever. It's kind of like the tower mode, the arcade mode in earlier Mortal Kombat's. But I can't exactly remember the name of it to save my life for some reason. Oops, sorry. So I'm just going. So in all honesty, all I'm really going to be doing here is just going through his planet, I guess, or whatever you call the multiverse planets in this. Hey there, man. How you been today? That plus I do love the one I do have equipped to him right now, because it's basically... Oh wait, no, I forgot to de-equip that one. If you equip the God Shader, it actually makes him look like Scorpion. Because you can make him look like almost every single ninja. I think even like Smoke if you do the opposite of New Cybot. But anyway, I should do good at this. I was able to get him up to level 20 without using anything on my other file.
Where am I? Answer me.
Ooh, I'm shaking in my boots.
I would not mock a Lin Kuei. Begin.
Well, to be fair, he wouldn't know what a Lin Kuei is in his world. And he doesn't control exactly like he does in Mortal Kombat here. For example, his Ice Blast won't freeze him. If you do a meter burn, it will. His Ice Clone is, well, his special power. He can use it to freeze people up. That blasting he does in Mortal Kombat 10, he can do it here too. There's a couple of other things he can do, but I don't really know how to use them that well. I honestly do just love using the slide, in all honesty, though, for him. Whenever I actually can.
Be glad this is not the tournament.
He would not last a second in Mortal Kombat, in the Mortal Kombat tournament. Nice, I'm glad to hear that. Hope it goes great for you, man.
Sub-Zero wins.
And that plus this. You may not get to see it, but just the sound of it is enough. Hey, it's more, to be fair, it's more authentic than Scorpion's was, where he just stabs you and then just brings you down to the nether realm and just stomps on you.
You will fall once I freeze your venom.
I will stoke a special fire for you.
It will not warm the cold. Begin.
So you do have to remember that this is Sub-Zero. That won't do anything to him. For God's sakes, even his older brother was in the Netherrealm, which is pretty much the equivalent of hell for Mortal Kombat, and was still able to, still able to use his ice powers. Seriously, Cryomancers are awesome. Especially this one.
You are this realm's best.
Alright, man, you go ahead and eat. I'll talk to you later. Wait, what?
Sub-Zero wins.
Alright, who's up next? Ah, Quinn. I actually think this is rare, because usually when I have Harley Quinn to fight, I for some reason have Joker either before or after her. Unless it's story mode, in which case I don't think I only fought Joker once.
I seek a worthy combatant.
A bit of brain bashing would be relaxing.
I respect your bravery. Begin.
And I think I got him in a bunch of the older Mortal Kombat games I haven't played, so does that actually appear in any of the other ones? Oh man, I thought I missed my opportunity to like get her to slide into it. Because if you aim it just right, you can actually get her to slide right into that little freezer into place. I've actually managed to do it a couple of times. Unfortunately, I was able to get her to do it this time. Oh no. Why?
Been ages since I had this kind of...
Oh, it actually interrupts them. Actually, I should show this off while I have the chance. Just gotta wait for it to let the guard down and... Please, does this be? Yes! I love that. It actually makes me wonder what they're gonna do for Raiden whenever he becomes a playable character. Although Raiden's probably far down the line, because from what I don't know how they're actually gonna do it now, because Red Hood's like in the center. So are they just gonna go to the other side with Starfire? Like each side will fill up equally and then have to go to the bottom row and do the exact same. Oh, another interesting thing about Sub-Zero is that if you place him, I do believe he actually references Mortal Kombat 8 or Mortal Kombat vs. DCU.
I seek a worthy combatant.
Careful what you wish for.
You have yet to prove yourself. Begin.
No, you don't. Oh my god, that actually hit him. I never usually get him with that.
The cold does not suit you.
Yeah, no. Oh, I think he can't be too close when I do that. It's so that it is kind of fair, because you could just freeze someone automatically with that.
Sub-Zero wins.
Dang. I got some gear for a character I haven't even leveled up on this file yet. Which is bad, because one of them was one of the characters I have up to level 20 in my main file, because like, I think like all the characters I have, like who are at least halfway leveled up or you play in story mode, I have leveled up somewhat on my other file.
Do not be ruled by your passions.
Meaning what, exactly?
They will burn you as Hanzo Hasashi's did him. Begin.
In all fairness, I forget, he actually does mention other Mortal Kombat characters. For example, if you have him fight against Black Canary, he'll talk about Sindel. Speaking of which, poor Sindel. I hope she does become a playable character again next game. Oh my god, I still hit him? Ice Hammer. Oh man, messed up. There we go. Oh yeah, I think
Be glad this is not the tournament.
no, I think it's an Ice Blade then an Ice Hammer. Yes, Ice Blade, then he used the hammer.
I'm the future of crime fighting.
All right. It actually just dawned me. What am I gonna get for this? Not that I mean from beating this. I mean for beating whatever the arcade ending. That's pretty much what I want to call it, because I'll keep forgetting whatever it's really called. Because the costume I have on what you're supposed to get for winning that, I got that in a random shader. And gold score. And got some new arms, which I think I'll go ahead and equip. So I don't think any of my stuff has currently has an effect, so I don't have like a ton of stuff to get. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this right now with all three of them, see what I get. Please be something for sub. Yes. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. And I got something for Red Hood, so both my DLC characters. Unfortunately, I couldn't get lucky 2 for 2 because I got characters I don't play as for that one. I should mention that, like, for my stuff, I always try to keep the gold shaders. I mean the epic stuff, but also because of the fact of I like gold. Not as much as red, but I like gold still. Well, let's go down to Sub-Zero real quick. I was always set to be like that. Now I'll stick with this. Oh yeah, and here's the thing I was talking about. If you have the alternate god shader on there, it makes him look like Scorpion. But anyway, I'm actually gonna buy one of these shaders. Let's see which one to get. This one. Honestly, just because Sector is my favorite ninja in Mortal Kombat 10. Alright, let's go back to this.
Sub-Zero. How do you intend to defeat me?
With my fists or my trident, your choice.
Neither intimidates a Lin Kuei. Begin.
I'm also gonna try to get all the ones I can for this. I mean, from those little things you see down the bottom. I couldn't do it last time, mostly because I kept forgetting that it was there. Because I am pretty far. I'm a good bit away from my TV right now.
Be glad this is not the tournament.
You know, it was actually stupid of me to use that. Not to use the Ice Blast, but just to use the enhanced version, which freezes them.
Sub-Zero wins.
And off with his head. I have to admit, because I would have done this yesterday, but the weather out here was so bad that I was honestly worried that I would receive more interference than I usually do. Because that's one of the two things that prevents me from uploading most of the time.
I know where to place my shots.
I shall see you try. Begin.
Actually, just hit me. I actually don't know how much Sub-Zero is worth now that I think about it. I mean, for the game currency, because again, Ultimate back, and not even on this file either. No wonder this realm's in so much trouble. Also, I don't know if this, some of his stuff he says does kind of confirm the fact that this might be the universe that, MK vs. DCU took place in. And that ends him.
Sub-Zero wins.
I wish I could have done this on my other file, because on my other file I have like 90% of the stuff done. No joke. Like 90% of it's already done on there with Sub-Zero, because I already got him up to level 20 and everything. And that wasn't with the AI thing, because I've never done that with DLC characters. I have one set up for Red Hood on this file, but I haven't used it yet.
Winter
And Sub-Zero's too new.
This realm.
Try to make more sense, okay, hun?
We must prepare ourselves for dark magic. Begin.
You're speaking to the wrong person then. I believe anyway. I don't know, there's so much stuff happens in comics that it's kind of hard to keep up with. It's kind of like if someone in Power Rangers was a joke and say, I'm psychic. You wouldn't know, in all honesty, I wouldn't know whether to believe them or not unless I saw the rest of the season.
Be relieved I do not seek your life.
No. Crap, I was too far away for that to work. And the most one-sided fist fight caught on film. Meanwhile, Superman's in the back wishing he could fight. I don't know, I always like that little detail. Actually, if you're playing as Superman, does he still appear in there? I barely play Superman, so I don't remember. Because I do know that in Street Fighter, if you use like I think Balrog, Vega, and Bison, depending on which one you have in like a certain stage in like Ultra Street Fighter 4, whatever the final version of Street Fighter 4 is called, the character that's in the plane is going to switch between one of those three. Like I know the final is going to be Bison, but that's about it.
You have escaped punishment too long.
You mistake me for Bihan Atrocitus. Begin.
Yeah, good point. Bihan is... Actually, to be fair, Bihan's just an all-around douchebag. And from what I keep remembering about him, was he actually that bad back in the... Oh wait, mythologies. Which is actually somehow still canon in Mortal Kombat. Actually, I would kind of like to see them retry mythologies. Not with the whole... Like, fix it and make it a whole lot better. Just to see how they can do... Just see what they can do with it. Of course, he's not stupid. Actually, he's annoying to fight at times. Especially from Sub-Zero, because I mostly like to fight from far away with him. And then get close when I know I got the chance.
Sub-Zero wins.
Oh, trust me, when I reach that... Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy that while I can, because I know that once I get to a certain part of this, it's going to be basically me begging for mercy.
You are not yet trained for combat.
So what? I need more practice?
You need the discipline of the Lin Kuei.
Yeah, that worked perfectly for Frost. And your brother. And Sector. And you know what? Not too many Lin Kuei are good people. In all honesty, it's just you and Smoke. And Smoke, that's just only because of the fact that he risked himself in MK9, he risked himself to save you. Your brother, on the other hand, despite remembering the fact he's your brother, cared little about you. In fact, I do know that in MKX, there are certain openings you can have about Raichu that pretty much confirm the fact that he's not dead. It also brings up the fact that he chose his form when he became a Revenant, which I find to be pretty cool. Come on. Crap. No. I don't know, and also I'm not using his well, I'm just gonna call it finisher pretty much, only because of the sheer fact of I miss with it way more times than I do hit with it. But what's this do? Nothing I care about. Okay, I like to increase my ability more than anything else, so yeah, I'm keeping that. I like to increase my ability a lot more than do anything else in this game, so it makes sense for me to use it. I probably should make sure, because some things I have don't have defensive properties. In fact, that's like my ultimate problem. I love to have the ability up so that whenever I shoot someone or hurt someone with using like a special move, because that's what ability is, I can get a lot more damage on them. But I like to have my defense up because that's what keeps me alive like later rounds of survival.
What could I possibly fear?
The power of the Lin Kuei's Grandmaster. Begin.
Well, true Grandmaster. Well, technically the dude who deserves the title more than anybody else. Yeah, no. Ah, crap.
Is it cold or fear that makes you shiver?
Actually, that also does bring up something else. I now know why I kept failing to do that, because I would always hold back for as long as I can, which is something I do in like every single game I ever play, because in Dragon Ball Z games, I always hold back the kick button whenever I'm fighting like a computer opponent, that when I fight a real opponent, and they honestly will try to get out of the way or something, it honestly does mess with me a bit. And now, time for me to adapt a new strategy, because I'm fighting Flash.
Do you remember our last encounter?
What are you talking about?
Perhaps combat will refresh your memory.
Huh. Or Vegeta proves that this is the one from MK vs. DCU, as he remembers everything. He even remembers Dark Khan. Actually, now I think about it, if they actually found a way to make that work with the Mortal Kombat, I mean, I would actually like to see them retry MK vs. DCU. Because it was flawed, but to me it was still a whole lot of fun.
The cold does not suit you.
Although to be fair, Flash's hero of brutality is basically a fatality. He crushes you in that the ball he creates his bubble. Not kidding you, he just puts a giant spear around you and then crushes you up. That's probably like the best way to land these, if you can't get them into a combo.
Sub-Zero wins.
Okay, then who's next? Wait, did Batman and Sub-Zero ever fight in MK vs. DCU? It's been so long since I played, I actually don't remember. I'm actually trying to remember where it even is right now, because I know I've never sold it to GameStop.
Winter is coming to this realm.
Like I haven't planned for that.
We must prepare ourselves for dark magic. Begin.
Yeah, good point here. Batman can't prepare for everything, but that's also the thing with his villains. Because you have to remember, most of Batman's villains are smart. Not as smart as Batman, but they're still smart. Even Joker, who I can understand why people don't think of him like that. And I'm honestly just cheesing him so I can get this. The fact that worked amazes me. Now to win this.
The cold does not suit you.
Says the guy who tried to be Batman. And that's not even a joke. His ending in his ending with MK vs. DCU pretty much says after the meeting up, after seeing Batman and everything like that, he pretty much became Earthrealm's version of him. Okay, that actually needs to be a crossover. And considering how NetherRealm and DC are buddies, that needs to be a thing. I'd pay to see it in all honesty. And let's face it, 90% of both fan bases would pay to see Sub-Zero Batman. Heck, it probably so good as... Actually, did that Power Ranger crossover so good? Bad thing is, I'm a Power Ranger fan, I don't even know. And we get Supreme Global Frost Boots. I mean, Boots of Frost. Ooh, which gives us a great amount of ability. So I'm gonna go and equip that real quick. Right after I do this. Once again, I do deeply apologize. I'm just doing this real quick for, well, honestly, just because I can. Plus, I like to see what I can get. Oh, new shader for Firestorm. I still like that one. Nothing of value here to me. Although I'll probably do Green Lanterns another day. One for Gorilla Grodd, one for Cyborg, and one for Aquaman. How funny is only one of the three people I listed I actually can play as decently. No, I can play as Aquaman decently too. I just can't play as Grodd to save my life. Again, my last live stream of this game will prove that to you. Anyway, let's go ahead and see if I can equip anything. Nope. Yeah, that stays. Let's see, it decreased my attack and offense, but at the same time also buffs my ability. Ability is what I use the most, so actually that's a stupid thing for me to do, so I'll just do this. Oh yeah, and also just so I can bring this up, Sub-Zero, Sector, God makes you Scorpion, Demon, I don't know what that turns you into, Noob Saibot, a mixture of Noob Saibot and Sub-Zero, Cyrax, Reptile, Rain, Cyber Sub-Zero, and the alternate color for Cyber Sub-Zero. But anyway, enough of that. I probably should set up another one, because I will do like regular stuff in this game at some point. I do think this is the last one. Yeah, you don't even have. Here's the funny thing: you don't even have to play that. I mean, you don't even have to play this. You earn like an epic. You earn like an epic head for him, but at the same time, you can't equip that head until you reach level 20. and there's so much time on that if you keep playing it a good amount like I did yesterday, you're going to reach level 20 in no time flat. Let me just put it this way, I managed to do it. And I'm not one, and I fully admit I'm not one of the best players of this game. Even though, then again, look at this. There's certain all my characters at least are up to level 1. I mean, above level 1. Yes, I believe so. Yeah, everyone at the very least is above level 1 right now. Please let me get some shaders in this thing, though. I want to get some shaders. And I mean for Sub-Zero, because again, that I love the fact that I got the shader early, but at the same time, I wish I didn't, because what am I supposed to get at the end of the thing? Because that's usually how I track to see who's I've gotten. I don't have that way of tracking because of this.
Part machine, all man.
Your cyberization cost you your soul. Begin.
No, his cyberization is different than yours. His cyberization allowed him to keep his soul and understand more the value within it. Actually, it's kind of like, I remember this video I saw where they were talking about how basically because of the stuff Mortal Kombat has done with this timeline changes, it's messed up certain characters. For example, in the original timeline, Sub-Zero was an honorable hero who fought just because of what he believed in, despite the fact of his ninja upbringing. In the newer timeline, he basically is like Scorpion more than you think. In fact, Scorpion's worse too when you think about it. In the original timeline, he swore to protect the younger Sub-Zero mostly because of the fact that he saw how he acted. The fact he didn't want to kill someone in the tournament ultimately made Scorpion go, you know what? You cool.
The regime's back for good.
Better to fight with honor.
You know, I do know this would be asking for a lot, but I kind of wish they had Cyber Sub-Zero as its own cut. As a, like, the other character shader. I forget what they're called right now.
Sub-Zero wins.
And off. And some more armor, but I should equip this one mostly because ability, but at the same time, lose a bit of health. You know what? Why not? I like to live I'm gonna live dangerously this time. And next up is Jaime Reyes. I will never get over how cool that name sounds.
You are too young for combat.
But I've been practicing.
It is no substitute for maturity. Begin.
Actually, you say that, but Johnny Cage, Cassie Cage, all of your new combatants that aren't named Kung freaking Jin. No, I take that back, not Kung Jin, but Takeda. I was about to say that guy's name. I still can't. No, because here's the thing. I don't hate him as much as I used to, mostly because of the fact that I remember what I have to play next in Uncharted 4. I mean, not Uncharted 4, but Uncharted 2. Actually, why is it, again, I brought this up earlier, but why is it the even number of Uncharted villains are idiots? If you don't think they are, let me just point this out. You had a chance to kidnap this. I mean, you had a huge amount of advantage over the guy. And the day he comes back, from, well, let's just say retirement, he finds way more than you have in your entire, in those months. Again, to be fair, those bosses in even Uncharted games are idiots. To be fair, in the first game and the third game, you could argue that they would have found it eventually. Not even that, it wouldn't even taken that long. In fact, in Uncharted 1, they were right at it.
Sub-Zero wins.
And the first thing I get is a thing I don't even use. That's not even a joke. I have actually never used the Barrier Frost ability. Well, at least I got a hook. And now time to fight Shrek. And I do apologize. That's how I'm always gonna see that guy, as Shrek.
Move aside, swamp creature.
Disturb me at your own risk.
I am not the one at risk. Begin.
All right, come on. That's actually the first time I think I've honestly dodged that correctly for once.
Be glad this is not the tournament.
If so, actually, what are the rules of Mortal Kombat tournaments? Because you can't even say weapons, because you have to remember, these people can make weapons at will. That's what you have Scorpions, whose trademark thing is a friggin' spear. It's kind of like that. I know it's kind of like that one Star Trek movie where they said that we don't like technology at all, despite the fact that I'm using technology throughout the entire movie.
Sub-Zero wins.
He'll be back in time for Shrek 5. Is that actually happening? I'm honestly curious. Can someone tell me if that is actually happening? Because I don't know in reality. Because in reality, what's there left? Okay, to be fair, that would technically make it Shrek 6. 7 if you want to count Puss in Boots. But Shrek wasn't in that, as far as I know.
Assassins have no honor.
You do not know the Lin Kuei.
Might I remind you that Damian Wayne is on your side.
Hail Hermes!
Either that or even she knows that her side is a bunch of crap. As that does remind me, there is like this one really cool opening from Joker saying that Wonder Woman, you should be thanking me. Why? I pretty much gift wrapped your boyfriend. The sad thing is, he is 100% right. No, you don't.
You are this realm's best.
No, there are a ton of people way better than her. Okay, now I can't afford to lose. I've been doing too good too far in order to lose now. I still have like more than half of her health. Oh, so the one time I actually do that right. I don't know what was with me there, because I kept trying to do that.
Sub-Zero wins.
And off with his head. Alright, who's next? Ape Man. I would say Tantor, but I'm kind of tired of saying that. And I would say Harambe, but that's kind of been done to death. That plus my friend, I think his YouTube channel is Pandora. Actually has said that on multiple occasions.
I hope you brought more than insults.
You will withdraw or be buried here. Begin.
Crap, I actually didn't do it this time. Not even the best game of Pong does fall together and plays that great. Oh my god, he landed right on it.
The cold does not suit you.
Yeah, no. I just love doing that. And I walked into that. No, you don't.
Sub-Zero
And once again, down he goes. You know what's one thing I hope they have in this game is the one costume he had in, I think it was Deception. Though I do find it funny because one thing I found about that game was that in French it's literally translates to disappointment. So that means in France the game is called Mortal Kombat Disappointment.
You may retreat.
Didn't I already beat you up?
Dishonor.
Can't run from a fight, can I?
I respect your bravery. Begin.
Actually, no. If they actually did do the mythologies, they become its own like side series of Mortal Kombat. What do you honestly think that other characters would have been like? I don't know why I'm so focused on mythologies. It might just be because, well, Sub-Zero's on the screen, but there's gotta be some other reason to focus on it. Can't wait till you become DLC, buddy. Though he's probably somewhere way down the line because of how far down the screen he is. Aw, couldn't do it.
The cold numbs your pain.
You keep falling behind.
Of that, I am painfully aware.
Unless it's in popularity, because I'm pretty sure you're like the second most popular ninja. I can really say that mostly because of the fact of, well, I'm a bigger fan of Scorpion. No, actually, there's a tie between this Sub-Zero and Scorpion. The thing though, they finally did completely bury the hatchet in Mortal Kombat X. And once again. That should sound disgusting, but it doesn't to me for some reason. I can't remember which head this is, though. Huh.
Are you prepared to battle a Grandmaster?
I'm ready to fight with fire.
The cold will freeze your flames. Begin.
Actually, to be fair, I think he was the one who... No, whenever I did, I think whenever I did, like, the tower mode the first time... Not tower mode, but endless mode. Which is actually one of my favorite modes to do in these games.
Be glad this is not the tournament.
Again, sorry, but I had to turn my mic off. My little brother was going. My little brother was actually. Well, he has a doctor appointment tomorrow. I don't know what exactly it is, but just was telling me good night.
Sub-Zero wins.
All right. We got 2 matches. I mean, we got 3 matches left before we go to the penultimate of this. And after that, we're going to go to like the arcade tower. I mean, the arcade tower ending, because that's just, again, I'm just going to call it. But first, I will be right back. Sorry, I couldn't do that to him. Alright, now I feel a bit better.
I offer one chance to surrender.
I'll curl your toes.
Your invitation is not compelling. Begin.
Actually, just hit me. Does this Sub-Zero have anyone that you could pair him with in Mortal Kombat? Because the other Sub-Zero at least has, actually, as, I can't remember her name. The girl who appeared in MK Mythologies, who later showed up again. In fact, I do know that in her ending, she does become a Crown Master and falls in love with him. And head to the toilet. That's my favorite thing to do to anybody. Especially do it to Superman. Because you can't present someone as an overpowering person if they do that. Actually, you probably could. You just have to forget that. Kind of like Morpheus. You can tell me he's awesome all you want to, but the first thing that's going to pop into my mind is that scene where he's been thrown into a toilet. Sometimes things just fall too perfectly into place.
Sub-Zero wins.
Even when I mess up. No, that's not me crying, that's just me tired.
You may retreat with
That
no
mask looks
dishonor.
weird on
I
Batman.
need to know what you can do. You will withdraw or be buried here. Begin.
I kind of wish he'd reply the same way Liu Kang does. You will be pleased and in pain. Because I would give anything to hear Sub-Zero say that. Because that would sound kind of cool from Sub-Zero. I don't know. I've never really been that big of a fanboy of Liu Kang. I've always been like a regular person, like the ninjas better. I know Liu Kang's got his fans out there, but at the same time, I like everyone better than Liu Kang a bit. Because Liu Kang is just too bland, in my opinion. That's why technically, even though he's supposed to be the hero of Mortal Kombat, the real heroes are the real idols are the friggin' ninjas.
You are this realm's best.
Yeah, I'll say that, because Smoker technically considered a main character because, just like most main characters, he can't remember it. Like a good chunk of main characters, he cannot remember his past. Hey, look, as long as he doesn't do Shadow the Hedgehog stuff, I'm perfectly fine with that. Oh man, that's another game I can't wait for, Sonic Mania. I already got pre-order and waiting.
Sub-Zero wins.
And now time for Deadshot. I think this is the same one I had with the earlier Deadshot fight, ducking attacks.
So you are this realm's greatest assassin.
That sounds about right.
You would never be worthy of the Lin Kuei. Begin.
He is in title only. It depends on who you ask, because most people know Slade more, but that's only because of the animes and stuff like that, and the fact of he didn't really become popular until very recently with Suicide Squad. I take that back, because you do fight him in Arkham Origins and Arkham City. Do you actually fight him in Night? Because I put down Night fast. I beat the game and didn't care to 100% it, even though I did 100% City. In game with all the story and all the collectibles and stuff like that. I've still not gone after all the Riddler challenges for some reason.
The cold does not suit you.
You're tougher than I expected.
The cold impairs your judgment.
I was losing that thing either way. Well, this was one of those ones where he actually decides to be in my favor. Oh yeah, that's actually... I think I mentioned this already, but that's actually poison. Wait, does a Batmobile just beep? Okay, that didn't go as I planned it to. Oh, thought about bringing out fire on me? Okay, it worked. Oh my god. He missed me only to then go into the ice.
Sub-Zero wins.
Not to show you what real assassins can do. Jesus, actually, what is Lin Kuei training like? Do you just have to lift weights every single day every single day, every hour, like like every other hour? Cause so that would make too much sense actually. And we got a new torso for Sub-Zero. And that actually ends this whole thing that we're supposed to do for this. And with it we get a platinum mother box, 100 credits, and a hammer. We're going to get that next, but first up, I'm going to get prepared for this, and also once again apologize for this. I'm going to do this because you know this is probably like one of the most boring parts. I like seeing what I can get with my characters. Nothing good, nothing I care about, no one I care about. Some good stuff for Deadshot and one thing for Swamp Thing, who's actually my highest level character, and that's all AI loading because I can't play Swamp Thing to save my life. Let's see. Pretty good stuff for characters. Two epics for Joker, an epic for Supergirl. Rare for Batman, not too bad. And an epic for Black Canary. Actually, I'm curious, what does the Black Canary one look like? Oh, that's actually not too bad. Because the bonus set ones are the ones I'm mostly going to be using. That's not too bad either. Only thing is when you switch her to Power Girl is you can't see this stuff. So I didn't get anything for Sub-Zero, unfortunately, after that. But let's go ahead and see if we have anything good I can equip to him right now. If what I got is actually really good for him. Yeah. The ability just brings up that frost shield he has. I never use the thing. Ever. But you know what? No, that thing actually doesn't have any ability. I'm mostly focused on the ability. There is actually a face you can gain where it just shows his regular face. And gotta say, it looks kind of accurate. I can't say the same thing for Hanzo if he could do his, because, well, Hanzo didn't have his face at the time. Because the game took years to make. But anyway, let's go ahead and take on Mr. Freeze.
Sub-Zero.
And may my utter thrashing begin. Wait, he's level 1? I actually might beat him. It kind of reminds me of that one Halo battle I had with my friend where I said, "Are you a zombie?" And he said no. His other friend asked him, then he said yes. I said, "Okay, I might have a chance." He stabbed me in the back right before I finished my sentence.
Born of a fiery heart. Begin.
Ah, crap, I am doomed. I'm 10 levels below the guy and he's still kicking the crap out of me. It wasn't this... What the heck? I didn't have this much trouble the first time I did it. I did this last night while I was still sleeping. I mean, not sleep, but tired.
My heart is forever frozen.
Oh god, no. Yeah, this is actually why you don't do what I do. Ever. Because stuff like that happens. Seriously, that was way too fast, actually. I've never been beaten that fast, mister. I'm gonna try this one more time, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna switch up my lineup from my shader. I mean, for the stuff I have equipped with him. And that's not even for me, like, focusing mostly on this. It's mostly me let me just put it this way. I'm not even focused on that right now. Because, look, I can pretty much get that done right now. As I said, the challenge is already done. This is just how bad I am with him. Not so much bad, it's mostly just because of the fact that I don't have the right stuff, or... I think they actually did change the difficulty with this. Huh, crap, he got me before I could do anything. No, you don't. And this is why you need to work on your defense as well. Like, seriously, don't follow what I do 90% of the time. The only good thing is that with clashes, you can let him wager whatever he wants, and it's not going to do anything with this setup.
Those lips will turn.
Go ahead.
I fear no sorcery.
Like, no joke. I'm not even going to push anything right here. See how much health he gains. Took me 2 tries, but I beat him. And got the thing in. But that's obvious because I mostly start off my attacks with the freaking light attack for the most part. Because how low my health was and how much time that took, didn't get much experience. Excuse me? Aw, so close to actually reaching 100,000. And I got a gold mother box. And a Sub-Zero head. And that is everything you can get with Sub-Zero. In fact, I'll go ahead and show off. Well, actually, I'm just gonna, once again, apologize deeply. But I'm gonna go here and see what it is. What I get? Oh yeah, that's right. The other achievement for this was getting another gold box. Something for Captain Cold and also another thing for another character. see here. What's next? Oh, something for a character I don't... For the characters I don't use. That story mode. Actually, I'm kind of wondering, what does this mask look like? That mask still looks weird to me. It looks cool in a way, but it also looks really weird. I could buy another one, but I'm not going to do that right now. So before I do anything else, I'm going to go right here and do one more quick equipment to Sub-Zero. Okay, that actually looks a little too weird. I don't know, there's just something about it that does. That actually looks better. It could just be the mask. I'm taking this because I'm not going out there without defense and health again. Oh, and here's what I hate. Increases, it's a level 20 thing, but it increases character EXP. Let me put this, that's stupid because the fact that as soon as you reach level 20, you can't level up your character anymore. Level 20 is the maximum level, making that entirely pointless. In fact, just to prove it, there he is, Swamp Thing. It's at the maximum amount. That's because I can't level up Swamp Thing anymore. And yes, Swamp Thing is the only character I have up to level 20, right? No, Deadshot too. Forgot about that. Why is Deadshot the first character I have up to level 20? And this time it wasn't even by AI loadout. I did that by myself. Alright, we're going to be doing the long one this time. Actually, I do know the girl on the other end is Starfire, but who's that guy on the very end next to Sub-Zero there? I'm actually kind of curious on who that is. Because, let's face it, we all know that guy on the other end is Ray friggin' Palmer. There's no one else it could possibly be. In fact, I'm actually 100% curious on how he's going to play. Like, depending on how the weather is, depending on my work schedule is for that day, I plan to do like the Ray Palmer video as soon as he drops. Because I want to do the same thing for Sub-Zero, but I couldn't because of the fact of now that I have to work. In fact, I got called in 11 today. 11 is when his universe dropped, and they actually showed that he was purchasable.
You truly are.
In fact, I didn't get to play this until 5 yesterday.
Always so judgy.
For the safety of all, you will die. Begin.
Oh, I think I see the problem now. He's missing the scar. Yeah, Kuai Liang doesn't look right unless he has that scar on him. Oh yeah, that's right. That move is actually replaced with the ice one if you change it out. No, you don't. And Joker managed to save himself about a good 3 minutes. Out of a good couple of seconds. That was sad. And I gotta be careful on how I approach him because, well, he can hit me at any point with his super. At least attempt to. It just hit me. Yours, his does give extra mobility, so why isn't he using it?
Sub-Zero wins.
That has everything I want. And I do mean everything. It increased my strength, ability, and defense. Health takes a bit of a beating, but when have I ever tried to be that cautious? Actually, you can just completely do this over and over again. There's no way I'm switching out the head for right now. I'll look at what I'll see what it looks like after this, but I'm not switching out. Performance suites, 3 sweep attacks, which a headbutt technically counts. I mean, an uppercut counts. Actually, that's very interesting. I wish for Cyborg they use the same sound effect they did for whenever you uppercut a Cyborg in Mortal Kombat 9, I mean, because I love that sound.
I seek a worthy combatant.
And you found Harley Quinn.
The brain bashing would be relaxing.
I respect your bravery. Begin.
Alright, now then. Not much I can actually say at this point. See, only the really bad thing. Oh god, I actually hit someone with it. And no. Just no. And she'll block it. Why didn't she block it again?
Sub-Zero wins.
Oh, so I just have to throw Nice Clone at him 3 times. Like, serious, that's how easy it is with him. Like, in all honesty, it just might as well be what he's asking me to do.
Begin.
Crap. I don't mean to continuously skip over those. In fact, I know I did that a lot during one of my videos with Tanya. But then again, there was a reason why I was honestly just annoyed at that point. Not at Tanya, but mostly just because at myself. Mostly because of the fact that was like the 3rd time I recorded the video. The 2nd time was so well too. That's always been like the most, like the best thing about Sub-Zero. The poses you can leave your opponent in. Oh my god. Or the other one where, because of the fact that if you push the button, his flip will become one too.
No fear.
Huh, I think he just gained back all of his health there. Crap, I keep messing up. There we go. I love doing that whenever I can get away with it. And out.
Sub-Zero wins. I come from a clan of assassins.
There's a prescription for that, you know.
I would not mock a Lin Kuei. Begin.
That was the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. No, I usually like his jokes, but that one's just stupid. I'm honestly just beating him down right now despite because of how stupid that was. I kind of need to start. I kind of wish most of my opponents would do that because. Oh, you even got the ice arrow out for me. How courteous of him. Naturally, there is something still off at that. I don't know what it is, but looking at him, it looks so weird for some reason. But again, that's the reason why I had to switch out of the out of the custom shader I literally just friggin' bought.
Sub-Zero wins.
And leveled up once again. Alright, who's next? I need to get a new pair of headphones. These actually started messing my ears a bit. Because I've had these things for over 4 years. Like, I'm kidding you not, the wire on this thing is so bad right now. I know you probably can't see it that well because of how bright the light is, but I can't really adjust it.
I have faced more dangerous foes than you.
Is that supposed to scare me?
None survived the encounter. Begin.
Except for the already dead Spectre guy. And Sindel, technically. Actually, no, Sindel didn't survive. Actually, Sindel was already dead, so I should just shut up the fire sled.
Be relieved I do not seek your life.
Alright, let's see if I can get this right.
There's no place to hide.
I will shatter you.
Okay, will Batman be smart? Yes, he will. And a bit stupid because you have to remember, because of how our things are, I can technically still do a lot of things he can't right now. For example, I can survive. Oh, that actually is funny because we actually are in the spot where I actually see that using the trailer for this guy. Because you see Batman try to fly over the first one, he doesn't. I mean, he does, but then he gets hit by the second one.
Sub-Zero wins.
And now then, time for Green Lantern. Actually, what is it the blue ring its power is?
How do you intend to defeat me?
Pure uncut willpower.
You will need every last bit of it. Begin.
Wouldn't it be... Actually, just hit me. Wouldn't it technically be, God, I don't know what it would be called, actually. Instead of that, wouldn't it be Rage in this? Or Alternative Rage? Because that's what the Alternative Rage costume looks like. And that's why I want to unlock it on both my files. I still have yet to run this thing on either one. On this file, I can understand why.
The cold does not suit you.
I mean, I did technically just start playing seriously on this file like a couple of days ago. And now time to form the Red Lantern Megazord. Oh yeah, and if you equip John Stewart, I believe his is the same. Wait a minute, he says no too? Jeez, he pulled that thing out.
Beware my power. I fear no sorcery.
Even though I was manipulated by it beforehand. Actually, you know what? I do feel bad for Quan Chi because everyone jokes about it, but you also have to realize he's nowhere near as good as strong as Onaga or Shinnok is with controlling people's sorcery. In fact, he's nowhere near as versed as they are. Who could probably do it for years. But you have to remember, he was doing it for years, being weaker, and doing it with multiple people. Cut the guy. Everyone needs to cut the guy some slack, in my opinion, because he was doing the best he could. Next up is Scarecrow. Actually, I've actually done a thing for my new guild. Because that Red Unity thing I kind of take down.
You should flee this encounter.
What makes you say that?
I have engaged in mortal combat. Begin.
I apologize. Every time I hear him say that or anyone say that in this game, I will always think of the Mortal Kombat theme song. The same thing in the other game, but I used to have it on my flash drive so I could play it while I played Mortal Kombat.
At least the cold numbs your pain.
God, is that weird. Actually, no. How does that work? All of his other attacks are easily explained. Well, no, actually, now I think about it, how does he have the hook? Oh, my cousin did get mad earlier when he tried to do that against me, because he was playing as Sub-Zero, I was playing as Red Hood. And the funny thing was, even though he kept trying his hardest to beat me, he couldn't. In fact, at one point he was actually mad because when I was in the air, when I was in the air still and he tried to like do that, it didn't connect. I then, as Red Hood, pulled out my grenade and used my super, went off in his face and took him down. No. That takes away way too much stuff I need. So, Bi-Han versus Kuai Liang? I hope that's what this is.
Why did you seek me out? This realm must prepare for combat. We must prepare ourselves for dark magic. Begin.
Actually, I apologize, but I want to see what this is. Yeah, this is Bi-Han Resurrected. So this is new Saibot, who, once again, still alive, was not murdered by the Soulnado. Actually, what would the Soulnado do to him? Oh, I'm thinking of Ermac. And it couldn't be any worse if you put Ermac in the friggin' Nether Realm, because he would start slowly dying. I'm not even kidding you. That's actually what happens if you put Ermac in the Nether Realm. Wow, you did not capitalize on that at all. I pretty much just gave you an open opportunity. I'm sorry, it honestly does get confusing trying to keep track of both of these guys.
Sub-Zero wins.
And I wish that's how I got Bi-Han Resurrected. Like, no joke here, that's exactly how I wish I got it, because you can't get it. I don't know how you're supposed to get it. In fact, if anyone finds out how, can you leave like a comment down below? Because I honestly don't know how to.
Your cry reminds me of Sindel's scream.
Want me to sing for you?
I would rather silence you. Begin.
Yeah, seriously, I had a really bad experience with Sindel. Actually, to be fair, if Sindel ever gets everything undone, how much guilt do you think she's going to be racked up with? Because you have to realize this one, Sindel was a kind-hearted person. In fact, she legitimately used herself, made herself the key to unlocking the portal, knowing that Shao Kahn had no way of getting through without her.
At least the cold numbs your pain.
And then she got turned to a monster. Alright, come on, get up.
Here comes the showstopper.
Of that, I am painfully aware.
Okay, some of these actually don't make a lot of sense. There's one about family comes first in this one, which does make sense considering the fact of well, Green Arrow in this universe has a family with Black Canary. Technically not his family. His son or his Black Canary. I'll never get used. I will never stop finding that pose he does whenever he does that move funny. That is simple. I do like how my last three guys are the big heavyweights.
A Grandmaster's respect must be earned.
You are nothing to a Red Lantern.
You will withdraw or be buried here.
Begin.
Yeah, seriously, you're fighting. You may be a Red Lantern, but you're also fighting a Cryomancer, someone who specializes in ice in the Fortress of Solitude. Somewhere where there's a ton of ice set at all times. It's kind of like that one episode of Ninja Turtle of the old Ninja Turtle series, not the not the current new one. The one where these mobsters, betray the Rat King while the city's filled with rats. The only difference is betraying Sub-Zero would actually be a good thing. Would actually be a horrible thing. God, I love and hate that move. I love when I'm using it, but I hate when someone else is. Okay, there I did my one roll escape. Okay, I don't even... Oh, wait. Wait a second. No, wait. Look at that head in the background. I just realized this. It's freaking Zordon from Power Rangers. Speaking of which, was that movie any good?
That is your fate.
And then the movie has happened. You can technically say that because Power Rangers technically part of DC canon, I believe now. Even though they've been owned by both Marvel and DC at this point in time. Actually, even Image Comics had to go with them now that I think about it.
Sub-Zero.
Jeez, Power Rangers get around. And what do I get this time? No, that'd be too stupid. I did consider it though because, well, ability, but at the same time, I need defense as well. In fact, there's actually something I'll show later off whenever I get a character up to level 20 who I haven't played their ending to yet. Have I done Swamp Thing's ending yet?
Are you a worthy combatant?
We are both gods of battle.
For the safety of all, you will die.
Begin.
Here's someone who usually... No, I can either have like an easy battle with Bane or I can have one of my worst with him. It all depends on... how his eggs were made that day. Does he want to bring his A game or does he want to just be there? Crap. Because right now, he's pretty much just bringing his A game. And kick to the head. And I'm done.
You will receive no mercy.
I was honestly just waiting to see what he was gonna do. Because if he was gonna try and do his thing, I would have just countered it right then and there. This is enough to kill him, but it is enough to give me at least an advantage. No.
Sub-Zero.
And thus I win. Somehow. No. That ability alone makes it more that ability alone makes it worth more. And now, time for me to be broken into like Batman. That's actually more accurate than I thought, considering the fact who I'm fighting against. Like I said, I actually wonder how much trouble I'm gonna have when I do this as rated.
You threaten my realm, Brainiac.
Mine is collected. I will have yours.
Do not underestimate Earthrealm's warriors.
Begin.
Especially our god, seriously. Oh, thank God. No. Not again.
Be glad this is not the tournament.
So little.
I laughed too late. I mean, too early in this case. No. First try somehow. In fact, I'm just gonna let this play out. Five. Actually, how much damage do you think that thing did to the surrounding area?
I arrived in this realm accidentally. Driven here by magic unleashed as I
Oh, so this is the
forced
MKX one.
Protocon's retreat from Earthrealm to Outworld. I was seeking a route home when Brainiac attacked. I could not allow this vile invader to add this planet or myself to his collection. In gratitude for my flawless victory, Batman offered the Justice League's aid. While I waited on him to unlock the magic of interrealm travel, I provided valuable combat training to the youngest members of his order. But the spells that were devised went awry. Instead of opening a portal to Earthrealm, they opened a gateway to the Phantom Zone. Now, I fight to re-imprison Superman and his followers. They would not have been freed, but for my accidental arrival in this realm. I am now duty-bound to protect it, as if it were my own.
I wish that was actually the story they go with for the next game. Or make it like maybe Mortal Kombat versus Injustice. I'd like to see that. Actually, this doesn't wonder, what are they going to take the story to next? But anyway, That's honestly all I'm going to be all I'm going to be doing for this day. Though I am actually curious on what do I get for this. Do I get my extra shader? That doesn't matter. A silver box, got some regime tokens, and apparently not. Oh well, I already got the shader I needed. Well, everyone, I want to thank you for sticking with me. This has been Zayred, everyone, and until next time. Oh yeah. Also, the next stream I'm probably going to be doing is going to be Crash or WWE related. Most likely Crash because I've been playing that more than I had the WWE game.